Tonight on The Batch Boys, the boys take on some of this season's biggest villains and take a controversial stance on drinking and driving. It all starts right now. Welcome to The Batch Boys. We are boys who love the Batch. I'm Ryan S.
I'm Casey S.
I'm Jake C.
I'm Alex F.
And what a night. What a night for degenerate scumbags on America's Broadcasting Company. Right? Company?
Is it?
Corporation?
I think it's always became
Crab cakes.
No, it's not. It's. I want nothing to do with him. I thank God he's gone. He's
Spoiler, I haven't
Finally.
watched yet.
3 weeks too soon.
Catch up.
Too late.
Yeah,
Amen.
spoiler alert if you're listening to The Batch Boys, we are going to talk about The Bachelor.
Yeah, pay attention. This is your last warning. This Bachelor podcast is going to discuss spoilers of this week's Bachelor episode. So, without further ado, Cam, goodbye.
Yep. Out the dough.
He kind of went the way of a Waboom, if you think about it. Someone made a comparison. It was, I believe it was a commenter on our
He liked one of the
IG.
most recent photos we posted.
Waboom.
Yeah.
Really?
Ugh.
Wow.
We don't need that.
I didn't need to know that. Can we block him? How do we block him?
Well, boom, blocked.
No, but someone compared
There's
him
the
as like
Waboom button, and it just blocks you.
he was like a tacky weirdo with a catchphrase, and I think this is about how long Waboom stayed in the game. I think too.
Did Waboom have a sob story though, like Cam tried to push this week?
Which part? The puppy, the grandma,
The amputee,
amputation?
which was my favorite because he's not an amputee.
Yeah, it didn't even happen.
He was like, "This could be potentially be a deal breaker," and he's like, "Yeah, I like almost had to get my leg cut off, and then my grandma died, and then I had to give away my puppy."
Could you imagine if Hannah was just like,
That sounds
Oh
like
get out of here?
That sounds like
Get
the
out.
worst game of FMK.
yes,
My grandma and puppy
Amputate,
in my leg.
amputate, kill, rehome.
Rehome.
yeah, what a twerk.
My leg.
Kill my leg, amputate my dog, rehome my grandma. She keeps breaking out of this home we put her in.
Oh, I just got what FMK is. Cool. Got it. Nice.
F Marry Kill.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a game.
Who's Mary
For
Kill?
anyone out there who didn't know.
Friends
Oh,
me
you.
know.
Man, did this dude just did
This
this?
dude just did this.
Cam did this.
Cam did do that this, and he's gone.
He did this, and
He
he's gone
always
for it.
did this.
He literally always did this the whole show because from day one he was a possessive weirdo. He was schemey and slimy, words Hannah used, which I'd like to take a moment to just applaud Hannah's performance this
She's
week
been great.
in general.
Yeah. Applause.
For real, I think
Maybe even a cheers.
a toast to Hannah. She's kicking butt, taking names, and toasting well. So let's do one for her.
Yeah, to Hannah.
To Hannah. That's Tide dish soap we're drinking. Tide laundry detergent we're drinking. Kind of stuck on the old sponsor, but Roll
fine.
Tide.
Yep.
Roll Tide. I thought
Roll Tide.
that's not very similar sounding, but not the
Use
same
Tide.
reference. Exactly. See, Casey knows how to spin it.
Yeah.
So what if I misunderstood what Hannah's been saying
It's
all
fine.
season?
It's whatever.
So did Cam.
Yeah.
100%.
Be bold. You
I
say?
loved that when when she gave Mike the rose and was like, "You showed me like the correct way to be bold."
And Mike is great, but I gotta say, with the whole Cam situation, I'm a little disappointed in Mike.
No, but at the end,
yeah, he spun it, and he didn't need to. It was weird and stupid enough on its own, and then Mike spun it and kind of hyperbolized what it was,
Yeah.
and he didn't need to do it.
I know he whistle blew, which is a Batch Boys no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
No
did
one
get
likes
away
that.
with it.
Yeah,
seemingly,
it's
though.
one of the few times where the whistleblower actually ends up staying longer than the people whose
Yeah.
whistle they blew.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. If you blow the whistle, you're gonna do this.
Do.
And Mike did this, so he blew the whistle.
What's
and
his
I think
favorite
that
word?
Hug.
Why you got to say it like short?
Huh.
I knew what he was going for. We're both from the Bay Area. Yeah.
Mike says the word hug funny.
Yes.
No. Yes, totally.
I've
Nice.
never heard it.
Well, you heard that, listeners. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, Mike, he's a cool guy. He came out as a front runner for me. Really wish I had picked him. Not too thrilled on my pick.
Yeah, speaking of picks,
Yeah,
Yeah,
At
you have
least
our
mine's
first
still
elimination.
around.
Who
Yeah.
should we address first? Casey.
mine because it's quicker.
Yeah, we'll get to Luke P, God's boyfriend, in a minute here,
Yeah,
which
so
is
I-
Jake's pick.
All right,
Should I
Case,
look like try to look
regrettably
up
so.
Let's let Case tell us all about what happened.
I'm
with
gonna
Yeah, what was that
research
guy's name again?
Tyler
It's
G.
Tyler G. And
Tyler
I
G?
Tyler G.
Okay.
He's the less interesting, already gone Tyler who didn't even get his own exit, just kind of left in
Just
the middle of the
vanished.
night. Irish
Yeah,
without
exit.
a
they
trace.
amputated him right out of the the cast.
That's right. They straight up rehomed Tyler G.
They did rehome
Got
him
rehomed.
and
off
killed,
camera.
Like a sick,
but not
puppy.
effed.
No, he
No.
he got the opposite of F.
Not this time.
Well, depending on your definition.
True.
so that's quick. It's pretty quick. It might be one of the quickest of the batch.
I've
boys
lost
picks.
this quick before. I
Yeah.
have. This is my thing. Either I do very well or I lose very quickly with someone completely irrelevant, and he
Yeah.
was very irrelevant, and I feel dumb for picking him. So,
Why do you think
oh well.
he left? I wonder if he just wasn't feeling
I'm trying
it.
to look it
Absolutely,
Speculate?
absolutely. I would speculate before we learn for real what happened.
Oh,
that
please.
he,
It's no fun to speculate when you know.
I think he didn't like Hannah at all, which is what you were alluding at, Ryan S. I don't think he liked Hannah at all, and I think he got very scared, and then I think he got a call from his doctor, and his right leg seized up, and
He had to go.
they were told.
It was very serious.
They rehomed him to the hospital,
Yeah.
and he found out he might possibly have to maybe have his leg amputated at some point in his life.
That's tragic.
Spoiler guru Reality Steve had warned readers that this was coming. Apparently,
Tyler's
production
exit.
had been given some information about
If-
Tyler G's past relationships and told him it wouldn't be good for him to remain on the show, and then he needed to leave right away.
Was he like abusive or something?
Stories have been spreading online, including a Reddit thread a couple of months ago, as one person wrote at the time. Posting this from a throwaway account because I'm an active poster and don't want this tied to my account or friends, but two of my friends went to high school with Tyler. What is his last name?
Quasimodo.
Don't grace it. He's Joe Swanson.
Tyler
Tell us.
Guaz. They both say he is the biggest a-hole douche of all time. My friend used the word extreme misogynist.
Ugh.
The story that most caught my attention involves his treatment of an ex. He apparently dated a really sweet girl, but they got in public screaming matches often. The relationship ended horrifically. While in Europe, he spit on her and left.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, as is customary, when in Rome,
Yeah, he's just following local traditions.
Absolutely. He's a romantic.
Have you been to the Trevi Fountain?
Yeah.
What
There's
do you
no
think all that
fountain.
water is. Yeah.
It's just Italian guys spitting
The
on
language
you.
of love. In fact, I love you guys very much.
Oh, Ryan, you might be surprised to find out that you are, in fact, Italian.
Oh, you still have the 23andMe training, I see.
Jeez. You're supposed to spit, Alex, you sicko. Put that away.
Oi.
Oy vey.
I'm not going to remember I did that. I'm going to drink out of that later. It's really unpleasant.
Yeah, well, you reap what you sow.
For all you audio listeners out there, you're lucky. That was terrible.
Yeah, it's,
For all you video listeners, where are the cameras? Where have you hidden them?
yeah, for anyone watching
we know
on
you're
YouTube.
watching. you know things you shouldn't know.
If you're a video watcher, we're surprised and impressed. Just tell us how you did it.
We
Please,
know
no
you're out
questions
there.
asked.
We can feel the eyes on us.
We just want you to stop.
Hire me, Jeff Bezos.
I'm going to take this moment to drop a quick surprise plug, www.batchboys.net. Be sure to check that out. There's also a tab that leads to the Fahim page. On that page, you can donate money to us.
Which people are doing in droves.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming in. We're
You
really...
didn't even touch on Fahim. You're like, on that page, you can give us money.
We set up
No,
a
the
second
money-
bank account because of all the money we've been getting.
Yeah, you have to donate at batchboys.net/Fahim to give us money so that we can get Fahim off of our backs. He wants us to buy the domain www.batchboys.com.
He set up cameras in our home.
Exactly. We can feel his eyes on us. He's watching us at all moments.
Under Fahim's eye.
Make it stop, Batch Boys Nation, and sincerely donate money to us to do so. We're, as if it's not... I mean, sure, the Batch Boys studio is a massive 50-acre estate, but with Fahim's eyes all over us, it feels claustrophobic at times.
His eyes are all over us. It's true.
And
All
so
over
that's
us,
what we
looking
need
us
that
up and
money
down.
for. And follow us on Instagram at The Batch Boys. And Facebook, The Batch Boys is, search it, or facebook.com/BatchBoys. And the surprise plugs have ended.
We should talk about some front runners. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
John
Talk
Paul
about the guys
Jones.
I like. Okay.
Screw my pick.
Oh, true.
No, yeah, let's go on to Jake's pick, because you picked God's boyfriend, Luke P.
Yes. I did.
Explain yourself.
Indeed.
I mean,
He picked
what,
you.
what are
when
you
he,
feeling
when,
right
when
now?
he picked him, I was like, how did this dude just did this?
We all wondered how this dude just did
Hey,
this.
I ask myself whenever I make a decision, I say WWDDDD. How what would this dude do? And what this dude did is, he came out and he said, I'm very close with God. I have an intimate relationship with him.
They're dating.
And when has God led anyone astray? You know what I'm saying? Like, we are his sheep. Praise him. Praise be.
Praise Lord.
Praise the Lord. raise the roof and praise the floor.
Yeah, but as usual, someone who's like,
Let's break this bread, baby.
yeah, it's time to wake up and break this bread.
as usual, we got a textbook example of somebody overcompensating with religion, though. He said he joined the church because he thought he was a douchebag who slept around too much in college, and now he's like, he's
Just a repressed douchebag who slept around
and
in
he's
college.
not even repressing. Yeah, he's like trying to
Trying to.
overcompensate for his douchebaggery.
Yeah, and it
And it
sounds
just-
like he's going to call Hannah out for not being as one with God, but that's speculation.
No,
I
that's-
can't believe this dude just did this.
What would that dude just do?
That's certainly how it looks in the
does.
season preview, is that it's some kind of altercation with a self-righteous religious nut, a.k.a. Luke.
Yeah, but not to push an agenda or anything. Batch
No, I'm
Boys
saying
Nation.
specifically him.
Yes, of course. It's just, that's all it is. We got the facts and we're giving them to you. And, Luke P had a real chance here tonight where Hannah came to him and said, now listen, like, you got to fix this if you want this to work. I like you. I really do. But, like, you're being cocky, blah, 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 and all that shit.
Which she stood
all that stuff. He, is still there. The fact that he's still here says a lot.
It says that he got the producer rose. You kidding me? I mean, I don't know. They
Maybe.
clearly have a connection that
Who
they
are
keep
we to
alluding
question
to.
Hannah? You know?
He obviously will question him.
But I respected the hell out of her saying, like, you need to stop and, like, don't be jealous and you're a little punk. And, like,
she cuts through the BS more elegantly than
Mm-hmm.
anyone on the show
Yeah.
in the last few
She
years.
impressed me tonight. I think I was definitely a Hannah skeptic. I was not on board with, what kind of bachelorette she would be after her,
You're
like...
antiseptic.
Yeah, I was antiseptic.
is the henna antiseptic.
I was not feeling her, and I didn't think she'd be that mature of a girl, but she's shined, I think, in these last few weeks. Like, she did not fall for the, like, project guy, which a lot of these bachelorettes fall for. Where they're like, I want to build you because I see so much potential. Instead, she's been like, I don't like this, cut it out, I need a man.
Yeah.
Which is great.
No, and she needs a man
She
who,
want
like,
a man.
supports her. Yeah, exactly. She wants a man who complements her lifestyle.
She want a man.
I
There's
don't know what
nothing
these
wrong
are
with that.
references to.
I mean, she want a man. Do you want a man?
She want a man, she get a man. That's all I'm saying.
Do you want a man?
She want a man.
I don't know what that's a reference to.
You got to watch
The
Joanna
hit
Man.
film Juana Man.
Joanna Man's a great movie.
Is it an actual movie?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, man. I
I
hate
love
being on the
Joanna
outside
Man.
of a reference.
Never again.
Do you want to get in inside all this reference?
That's something I would like to do. Did this.
I'm sorry, I totally derailed you.
No, I think, well, do you want a man? She wants a man, and one who, like, supports her as an individual, which I
Yes.
think is super important. Like, you need to find someone who's complementary to you, not who completes you, and she gets that,
Yeah,
which I like seeing that.
Yeah, I will say I was very skeptical. I was very skeptical, and I was incredulous.
Antiseptical.
I was antiseptical, I was inskeptical, and I was all around a testicle. Because I was crazy to think that Hannah wouldn't pull through. And she is. She's being super mature. She's handling her alcohol. Because
This
as we saw in
time.
this episode, she went to the hospital, as you're supposed to do when you drink too much. So good for you, Hannah. You're growing up. She went to the hospital. She
Like
got
a
that tummy
mature
pump.
adult.
Yeah,
She went to the hospital.
she's like a mature adult. She
Taking
drank
care
too
of
much.
herself.
They took her to the hospital. They pumped that tummy full of tea. And
That's a very grown-up move.
They said, spill the tea. Get it out of you. Spill that tea.
and she went, "Bleh, Cam's the worst."
Very grown-up move going to the hospital.
I mean, she
Really
is.
It's
What
very
can
responsible.
we
That's
say?
self-love right there.
It is, absolutely. And I love to see that in just any
Some people
person
just
at all.
get too
but
drunk and
especially
get
in a
behind the
bachelor.
wheel of a car, and she just goes straight to the hospital.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
She
mean,
rides
have
in the
you
back
no
of an
soul?
ambulance when she gets too drunk.
I want a woman who will take care of herself and go to the hospital when she gets drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that she knows where to go. Look, my wife's got to know where the hospital is.
I've dated girls who go right to the library.
No, she's got direction in her life,
Wow.
you know, and that direction is straight into the ER. She's got goals, man. That's what did Luke say? Who was talking about her goals vaguely? Oh, that was Connor's. It was but it could have been about the hospital because I think it was Connor's who said that. Connor S, his one-on-one, where they just laid in her bed because she was so sick.
And he laid some sticky notes and said, sorry about the bathroom.
Yeah. She fell asleep and he just laid sticky notes all over the place.
Where are your matches?
Yeah, he left his note on the door to the bathroom.
Out of Febreze.
Milk, eggs.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
That was really good.
We got the exact same groceries too. Wow.
Wow, wait. That's
That was a great
incredible.
mind meld, you
Yeah,
guys.
that's cool. I don't even drink milk anymore.
Not after these eggs.
No, sir.
Big sticky
Wow.
eggs.
Oh, wow. That was cool. That was really cool. I'm taking it back.
Taking a bath.
I'm taking it back too.
Ryan, did these dudes just did this?
I believe they
Can't
just
believe
do.
these
I believe
dudes.
these dudes
did
just did this.
We did this.
Man.
These dudes did do this. I'm not as I flubbed. I fumbled,
okay.
dude. I'm sorry.
Hey,
you
everyone
tossed me the
floats
rock and I
down here.
fumbled.
Would you call yourself a flubber?
No,
Only Robin Williams is a flubber.
true.
Oh, yeah.
Pour
yeah,
one out
that's
right
sad.
over the equipment.
Yep.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper's character at the end of Star is Born was a flubber, too.
Well,
I'd like to talk about Connor's.
Sure.
yeah,
Divert back.
Take it away.
I liked his genuine attitude. I think that he's his story came up organically. I think he was very lucky to have the date that he did. You know, that's like that's what you want to do is really just get to know somebody, and he didn't sell himself. All these
No.
guys are like, I'm really developing feelings for you. When like a Connor or a Peter, like literally just going to have fun and like get to know somebody.
But he did that, and then he did a really smart but sneaky move of putting all the ooey gooey onto some paper and leaving it around her
Yeah.
apartment.
I hate when people do that to me.
Yeah, when people put ooey gooey all over a piece of paper and leave it in my room.
Yeah. Like, I hate waking up and just find my walls covered in sticky, you know?
Just use a dang sock.
Especially after I get back from the hospital when I'm being mature.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the last thing that I want.
I can't get up. I have an IV bag.
Yeah, it was an interesting date. He got to hang out with her in her hotel room.
I agree that, and true, he got the second date, the
Yes.
part, but
I was
I
getting
do
there.
agree that the love notes were a bit of a cop out. He got to say the word love a
He
lot.
said, "I
and
love."
didn't have
Yeah,
to
he
say
said,
it.
"He's
The
basically
things
said,
I love
love
about you."
Things.
No, and he also signed "Love Connor," which he should have gone with "Cheers" or "Kind regards."
I would have just done a dash.
Per my
Hope
last
you're
sticky
well.
note.
Yeah. Hope this sticky finds you well.
Per my last sticky note.
I only found some index cards, so I made my own sticky.
Chin
Hope you
chin.
don't mind.
Get well soon.
Yes, the notes were a step above. She obviously liked them. I think they were a little forced to me. That was the only part
Yeah.
of him that seemed like
I
a
think
little
notes in
disingenuous.
general are pretty forced.
I think unless it's
Use your
like,
words, you Neanderthal.
Yeah, totally, for sure. Awesome, let's kiss.
I think we've only ever
It's time to
communicated
kiss.
over text.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever phone called you once.
So you're a hypocrite,
I'm a hippogriff. Thank you very much.
Gesundheit.
It's pronounced hippopotamus. Come on, guys.
It's pronounced my Hippocratic oath.
It's elephantitis.
So the second half of the date, he got to go back and get his rose. And he had what we all recognized right away as a Batch Boys classic, Daniel B. fashion fail. Woo, woo, woo. Wake up! We're here for your kids.
What? You can't have them. We're good parents.
Show us your papers.
My papers.
This is America.
I am American. You got the wrong house. Oh my God!
They shot the kids.
An officer down. We need backup. Call in an airstrike.
You shot yourself. Oh my God! Kids, I love you.
Daniel B. fashion fails.
Happy Veterans Day.
Memorial Day. Oh no.
Yeah, this one goes out to
Same thing.
to all the veterans, not all of whom are war heroes.
That's true. That's a classic Batch Boys hashtag.
We have to stand by it. People
Thank
find
God.
it out.
Thank God we have a bit about that.
Season 1. That's season 1. That's a throwback.
Really nice tie-in, Theo. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Alex
That's
F.
why I had the faux pas to make it fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
that's perfect.
That's a tough one to tie in. We appreciate you trying,
hey, we had to honor everyone, and
but not all of them, because they're not all war heroes. Not all veterans are war heroes. Not all parents. are
no, but
step
all
parents.
deserve honor. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they're war heroes.
Yeah, as long as they are in the ground, they deserve remembering.
For Memorial Day.
Otherwise, it is
specifically.
insanely disrespectful.
Yeah, it's in poor taste to tribute a living
Yeah.
soldier.
The-
This is what was brought to our attention on.
Yeah.
This is actually
We're
relevant.
very woke.
We were involved in
Stay
a.
woke.
Someone regrammed the Batch Boys Instagram today. There was Hannah in front of an American flag, which was very tasteful.
Yeah, a
The
big
eagle is
patriotic
especially
eagle.
the eagle,
very
too.
tasteful.
But
and
the
subtle.
Bachelor USA, they posted, and they got a lot more followers than us. So like somebody commented being like, it is disrespect, because their caption initially was like, hey, make sure to like say hello to the troops like when you see them on the street. And someone commented being like, no, today is to honor like those who have fallen. You can't honor like a living soldier. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, please do not thank an active duty or living military
Yeah.
member for their service
Like,
today.
Is
That-
what she said.
That
Yeah.
was their
It is
sentiment.
us
Like no,
relaying
that was
it.
like their
No, straight
sentiment.
up. And then
Like,
somebody else came and was like, yeah, it's heinously offensive to like thank someone for their service today.
yeah, and that's like, what am I going to disregard a soldier who's
Do
like
not
walking
give
around
them
in
any
fatigue?
No
veterans
tips.
discounts.
No tips.
Yeah, military discounts are deactivated for Memorial Day
Yeah, go
only.
pet their dogs. It's fine. they're not working today.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought that was a messed up sentiment.
It
I'm
was.
glad we
I
addressed it
think
on the
so.
show.
Yeah.
And if Bachelor USA, that whoever runs that Instagram's listening, or like,
Yeah, thanks for the regram, but like you
Do
know,
better.
well, they changed their caption actually. Afterwards, it was like celebrate those who've fallen, but like it was like I don't know.
Yeah. We as the Batch Boys try to stay away from being offensive, and Bachelor USA let us all down a little bit today.
Yeah, we are like the most diplomatic internet users. We
Morally-
won't even cuss.
Yeah, not even once.
I mean, once or
sometimes.
twice.
Fuck no, we don't. Wow.
That one stays because it's hilarious.
Absolutely.
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 And we'll apologize to the boys in the backseat of their car for that one. Sorry, moms.
Yeah, sorry, moms. You got a lot of splaining to do.
Yeah, you could tell
But
when
it-
we said duck, like
yeah.
an autocorrect.
Yeah, it's about time. Those boys have been in the backseat of that car for 10 years. You better take them out of those
Rockin'.
car seats because their legs are turning purple.
Hope the AC's working.
Yeah, crack
It's a
the
hot
windows.
day.
Crack the windows for those boys, mom. You know they're
It's
good
getting
boys.
to be summer out there.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
just after
it's a-
Memorial Day, the unofficial
Criminy,
start of
it's
summer.
summer out there.
Can't you see it's summer out there, moms?
Um,
So let those boys out of the car.
yeah, just let them run around a bit, huh?
After school, of course.
Of course.
Boys,
Boys.
stay in school.
Respect your teachers.
And your moms.
And the troops.
Yeah, not today.
We'll get to my pick right now.
Yeah,
I love that, though. I like that we addressed that.
Yeah, I feel like we were right in the middle of something right
Oh,
before that.
A Daniel B. fashion
fail.
fail.
He wore a black leather jacket with brown
That's
shoes.
Connor's.
Yeah, it was Connor's.
Black leather
and
jacket.
then Lucas Graham came to sing. Oh, I love Lucas Graham.
Actually, though, pretty big budget singer for the forced name
He's
of
come
the singer.
a long way. I mean, like once he was 7 years old, and like now he's on The Bachelorette.
And now he's starring in The Secret Life of Pets too.
Yeah, have you guys heard about The
Great
Secret Life of
airtime.
Pets too?
No, what is it?
It was that movie that no longer has Louis C.K.
Oh, that's a shame. How come?
What do you think it's about?
Well, you see, he left a lot of sticky notes for people.
Did he ask ahead of time?
Sometimes people don't want sticky notes, but he gave it to them anyways. Will you just sit over there and watch me write the sticky note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got kicked out of Hollywood.
Post it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, your pick, right?
Who is your pick?
My pick,
Tyler, the
Is a-
remaining Tyler.
he's a legend.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's,
brain
I
dead
think he's-
Tyler.
Yeah.
Right.
Tyler-
Xanax T.
Tyler
Hypoxia Johnny Cash.
just woke up from a comfy nap, and the kind of nap that leaves you feeling good.
By
Like,
nap, do you mean coma?
maybe.
No, by nap he means what Connor's mom had when she fell down.
Mom, get up.
Mama. It's a Gilbert Grape reference. Anyhow.
We
That is
batch
a
boys
Gilbert
are
Grape
always
reference.
diplomatic and respectful.
No, I thought it was crossing that line, but it's a literary reference.
It is. Thank you. Thank you for
So good for
recognizing
you.
it. Yeah, man,
Congratulations
hey.
on that.
And
Look,
anything in
do you want a
literature.
reference you can understand? You get a reference you can understand.
I gotta
This
read the
dude
book.
just did this. Yeah, honestly, for Joanna Man, the books are way better than the movies. The book is way better.
Yeah, they try to cram it all into one, and it just doesn't work.
6 episodes is not going to get it done.
It's like, do you want to take more books to make that work, you know?
I wish I knew what was going on here. My pick, Tyler.
Juana's heel turn just didn't make sense.
Let me talk about all the cool stuff Tyler did, because he's done a lot, and I wrote it all down. Number one cool thing,
Raised his
he
arm.
didn't know anything about pregnancy. Number two cool thing, he's
That's so cool.
it's so sick.
God, that's cool.
Number two cool thing, he looked her in the eyes while he was doing the pain thing. Number three cool thing, he argued in a dumb way with Cam, making like sports references, but he beat him. And it was the right thing to do. He destroyed Cam. And number four cool thing, he gave a speech to Hannah while he was asleep.
Ah, that's very cool.
I mean, I guess.
He's
Hannah
a
while he's
somnambulist.
It would have been cool if you had listened instead of doing whatever the audio listeners wish they hadn't seen. Trust
And
me,
the video
you're better off.
listeners need to give us the tapes back.
Yeah, because Jake does not
Please.
want that scene.
Please, give it back.
I
I
don't
heard
know.
everything you said.
I
And
don't-
yeah, those are all very cool things that guy did.
He's just
He
a cool
seems
guy.
like a front runner.
He clearly is a cool guy, but I don't know why. Frankly, like I like him a lot. I
He's
almost
got a certain je ne sais quoi.
I wish like I
yeah,
could really
Juana
know what
Sequa.
he's thinking.
Juana sais quoi.
I wish I could know what he's thinking, but he really just can't speak English, so it's kind of hard for
he
him
speaks
to articulate
English,
his thoughts.
just not clearly.
Yeah, I mean, like we couldn't understand him, so we turned on the subtitles to see what he was saying, and he just keeps repeating the word unintelligible.
Unintelligible, unintelligible, unintelligible.
And then she just kisses him.
Unintelligible.
She's smitten, clearly.
is
And
smitten.
a lot of the people we were watching with, he actually had a big Batch Boys viewing party tonight. You can write in at batchboys.net/contact for a chance to win a viewing party with the Batch Boys. That's right. A couple lucky members of the Batch Boys Nation were here tonight. And the girls within the crowd all were crushing on Tyler. And I got to tell you, I am too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not. He's not my type.
He's bold, though. I think he's willing to stick his
Bold.
arm up in any situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I also
Behind his head, though.
True. Well, hey, if you got it, flaunt it. You know that he's got pretty defined arms, from what I can tell.
Yeah, kind of.
He's also just like super low key, like in the face of conflict. He's always rolling his eyes.
It's because he's too high to do anything about it.
well, yeah, yeah. I mean,
He got that.
He's
Charlotte's
high above
Web.
Charlotte's Web.
great reference. Oh God, did you just like come from the library?
No. No,
The hospital.
Yeah, like a responsible adult. I mean, Luke P is still freaking me out. Like, I feel like I haven't gotten him off of my skin. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I imagine that's how she feels.
Yeah, I feel like he's nailed into my hands and feet.
Yeah.
He's on my mind like a crown of thorns.
I just keep going back and forth about it. I'm all crossed up.
Crisscross. Christ cross.
We can keep whining. What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah, I feel like I was drinking a nice cold glass of Bachelor water, and then I started sucking down Luke fish.
Yeah.
It should have been bread. He
You
turned the
want-
bread into fish, right?
No, he just multiplied them.
Oh, cool.
He had 2 fish and like a loaf of bread.
So I'm
They're
wrong
fish.
twice.
I just feel like he's really
Look at these
disrespectful.
fish. We need more fish.
Yeah, look, he's Jesus Christ, King of the Monsters.
Well, yeah, of course he's king of the monsters. The man has Spider-Man powers.
That's a throwback.
That's right. The Gospel of Mary Jane told us once that
So it was said.
Jesus swung into Ghidorah's mouth and webbed up the other two. And
Blue fire.
yes, and so it was said.
So it was said.
That's us closing our giant Bible.
Yeah. John Paul Jones, very fun guy. Very fun.
Chicken nuggets.
Very fun guy. Great chicken nuggets bit. Of course, there's going to be more on John Paul on the exclusive online segment. John Paul Jones in for John Paul Jones. That right has been updated.
That is right.
And you
And
should
so
check
it
it
was
out.
said.
So it was said.
So it was said. But he was a lot of fun, and he screamed a lot.
Yeah.
Before you even got pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He was nervous going in.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of... It's not worth it.
He said and he said with gratitude, which is his catchphrase.
Yes, with gratitude. That's a really classy move.
I like him a lot.
I do too. He's handsome and he's kind and he's
thought-
Handy.
I thought there was potential for a villain there, but he's our protagonist.
No, and it
He's our
seems
hero.
everyone in the house likes him.
Yeah.
He's our hero. And of course, guys, there's paragraphs of content on the Jones and for John Paul Jones page. You got to check it out. Of course, it goes away after the week, and a new weekly segment replaces it. So be sure to get on batchboys.net/John-Paul-Jones, or just go to the website and navigate.
Yeah,
there.
I bet John Paul Jones goes home right before hometowns. He's not going the long
right.
haul, but I think he's top 6 or however many people get booted in that last week before
Goes John Paul
hometowns.
home.
Yeah, he doesn't get to John Paul phone as John Paul home.
Don't make me John Paul groan.
Throw me a John Paul bone.
Oh man, when I see him, I just want a John Paul moan.
Dude, I'd never get that vibe from you. You keep it so serious. It's like you're made of John Paul Stone.
Wow,
I'm so
Hey,
poor. Can someone hand me a John Paul loan?
Oh, you guys are in the John Paul zone.
Man, Luke P really fucked up with God. Oh. I'll say it. Luke P really fucked up with God tonight. He's gonna have to John Paul atone.
John Paul Atone sounds like a rabbi.
Yeah.
I'm hungry for a John Paul calzone.
Wow.
I want to.
What about a John Paul scone?
Did you just polish your shoes? That's the brightest I've ever seen them John Paul shown.
I
know there's more.
Cone. I want a John Paul ice cream cone. An ice cream John Paul cone.
Are you housing a terrorist? We're gonna send in the John Paul drone.
Nice. There's more.
Yeah. Well,
And we'll
we
find
If
killed-
you think of them, Batch Boys Nation, send them to us. Batchboys.net/contact or comment on our Instagram post tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have something up.
Yeah, and if you got something to say, come at us.
Seriously,
'Cause, like
we're not afraid of you.
Yeah, we're not afraid of you. We respond. We slide in our DMs, or don't be a coward about it and comment on one of our pictures or videos, and we'll respond. We'll have a conversation. You'll get John Paul pwned. And
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. Thank you.
That
Thank you.
was
Thank you.
epic gamer move.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. But yeah, no, for real. It's been a lot of fun.
No, we're not afraid to call you cowards because we know you're not cowards. You're going to contact us.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it.
Not
Please,
that you need
it's
to.
been the
'cause
same.
We know you're not.
It's been the same 3 people on every photo. Please, we need some diversity.
Yeah.
Well, no, we have diversity, but we could use some new people.
yeah, we have.
We
Actually,
need
there's a lot of
variety.
you. No,
There's a difference.
Yeah.
in all seriousness, there's a lot. of
There
peeps.
is.
They're all commenting.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimbo Kimbus.
We tag him in every one, guys. Be sure to tag Jimmy Kimmel. He's going to bring us on his show. We're so local. We live like 10 minutes from him.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm confident it's going down this
Nobody
season.
else calls him Jimbo Kimbus.
Yeah, we're on a
That's-
first
yeah.
name basis.
Yeah, he's like, "What's up, Batch
If we
boys?"
ever got on, we'd have to be like, "Hey, Jimbo
Hey,
Kimbus."
Jimbo. Mr. Kimbus, thanks for having us. Like, please, you don't have to call me that.
Call me Jimmy.
Sorry, Jimbo.
Jimbo was my father.
Jimbo is my son's name. Call me Mr. Kimbus.
Jimbo's my son's. That's a funny take on that. I like that.
Thank you. I'm always looking for places to put it.
His son was a
Which
son
is
was a PA
a
on
quote from
Eric
tonight,
Andre's
I'm
show.
sure.
What show?
Eric Andre's show.
Oh, no way.
That's how they
I
got
can't.
him
It
on.
would be great to meet Jimbo's sidekick, Gerbos.
Jimbo's.
Germus.
Gerbus. Yeah. Isn't that the three-headed one in Jesus Christ, King of the Monsters?
Dormos.
I believe you're right.
Yeah,
And because I believe-
there's Rhonda, Gerbos, Stu.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jave.
Anything else happen on The Bachelor?
Peter.
Peter,
yeah,
I
my
guess we gotta
boy.
talk
That's
about
my-
it. They're like
That's
in
my
love.
Yeah.
WP.
Way to go. Nice pick,
Yeah.
Alex F.
It's the pick I wanted. I just got last, and I had to take stupid Tyler G.
I don't know. I got
also-
last.
I
also
got
wanted
second
to
to last.
pick
You could have picked Tyler C.
Yeah, but he's not gonna win.
He seemed too brain dead at the time, but he's clearly
He's
got something going on.
Slowly recovering from
Yeah.
a traumatic ski accident.
I bet the limo like crashed on the way there,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
like,
been
"Whoa."
recuperating.
Like the NFL, the Bachelor has a super shoddy concussion policy.
100%. They just keep him in the game, you know. Like Hannah, they just stuck her on through the process. Because that's what it is, Batch Boys Nation. It's a process. It's a journey to love, and there's bumps and bruises along the way.
And the
That's what the
occasional,
hospital's for.
the occasional case of CTE.
Exactly. So that's why
And your
this
journey to
episode of the
love.
Batch Boys is sponsored by your local hospital. Be a grown-up, you coward. Take yourself there when you get too drunk.
Yeah, seriously. It's
Just
like
get in your car and drive yourself there if you're too drunk.
yeah, look, there's two kinds of people in this world. There's boys in the back seat and there's drunkards in the front who are taking themselves to the hospital like mature adults.
Yeah, boys, grow up. But seriously, disregard the last like 25 seconds, boys.
We ask
Yeah,
you who
never,
you want.
it never drinkas and drivis.
Yeah, that's a Batch Boys hill we're willing to die on. Call it a hot take. But you know what? I don't support drinking and driving, you guys.
Same.
What? I thought I was like alone in this.
Wow.
That's sick, dude.
We're the quiet.
That is
We're the
bold
silent
of us to
majority.
stand
Yeah,
with.
we are.
This
we're
is
the,
a hot
we're the
take.
silent
This is
majority.
the boldest podcast on in the nation, I gotta say. We are very bold.
The right kind of bold, though.
Right.
A different kind of bold.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're not that kind of aggressor.
We're not italics. We're bold.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like an El Pollo Loco like tagline? A different kind of bold.
I don't know. You tell me. You're the El Pollo Loco guy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Resident El Pollo Loco expert.
Dude, Jake minored in psychology. I minored in political science, and you minored in El Pollo Loco.
I didn't even go to school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's
Alex
some
has been dead
front
for
seat-
years.
He's some front seat drunkard we found in a ditch on the side of the road.
Front seat drunkard.
Oh yeah, front seat drunkard.
But
came
I was
to
in the
play a
passenger
private
seat.
concert tonight. That was very cool.
That is a good name for a band.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're front seat drunkard.
I couldn't
I'm
believe
Bradley Cooper.
it's just me and Hannah, and front seat drunkard is playing for us.
And their sequel band, Pavement Pancake.
And with that, I'm Ryan S.
I'm KCS.
I'm Jake C.
Malix F.
It'll be an interesting week next week. Looks like Luke's meltdown is rapidly
He
approaching.
did Arthur Fist. That was
Oh
sick.
yeah, you're
That's
we
true.
got
That's
lots
a
of
dank
memes.
meme. We got
Lots
some
of
memes coming at you. So look out for them. Follow us, like them, share them, do whatever you want. Tell your friends to follow us, and be safe. Drive safe. Don't drink and drive.
Happy Memorial Day.
Veterans Day.
Memorial Day.